How to prevent pregnancy without birth control. Sexually active women may want to prevent pregnancy for personal or family planning purposes. As a woman, you have the right to decide what happens with your body. Though not foolproof, there are ways on how to prevent pregnancy without birth control and take matters into your own hands. 1. Fertility Awareness Method. Effectiveness 98%. The Fertility Awareness Method, FAM, involves keeping track of bodily signs to determine when to have unprotected sex without getting pregnant. You'll be making charts, taking temperature readings, as well as observing cervical position and fluids to determine when you have stopped ovulating. With FAM, you can account for such factors as exercise, sleep, caffeine consumption, and more. In other words, when to avoid sex and prevent getting pregnant. You can also determine when to use protection, or when it might be okay not to use any protection at all. It is recommended that you chart your ovulation for 3 to 4 months before using FAM as a pregnancy prevention. This allows you ample time to learn more about your fertility signs. 2. Calendar Rhythm Method. Effectiveness 80%. The calendar rhythm method involves calculating your fertility period over the months. To do this, base the calculation on your previous 12 menstrual cycles. Pinpoint your shortest menstrual cycle and subtract 18 days. Next, figure out your longest menstrual cycle and subtract 11 days. This will help you determine your last fertile day and calculate the total number of your ovulation days. However, if you have irregular menstrual periods, you have potentially more days within a month in which you could get pregnant. 3. Basal Body Temperature Method. Effectiveness 99% in the first year of using this method. Your temperature drops 12 to 24 hours before an egg is released from your ovary, and it increases by the time it is released. With this method, you have to be very accurate, since the temperature difference would be less than 1 degree Fahrenheit or half a degree Celsius. This method might have a 99% effectiveness in the first year, but with inaccurate monitoring, you might get pregnant. 4. Ovulation Testing Kits. This specialized kit measures how much luteinizing hormone, LH, you have in your system. Since this hormone helps the egg and the ovary mature, LH levels in the body increases between 20 to 48 hours after you ovulate. You can detect this surge after 8 to 12 hours. You will be able to detect which are your most fertile days 2 days after ovulating. You'll also have a greater chance of getting pregnant within 24 hours of having an LH surge. A simple ovulation kit involves urinating on a test stick. It will indicate the amount of LH in your body. Check your ovulation periods based on your previous periods, and test your urine within 2 to 3 days before you expect to ovulate. Women usually use ovulation testing kits as an aid to getting pregnant. However, you can also use it to determine when you can have sex without getting pregnant. These methods on how to prevent pregnancy without birth control will allow you to successfully implement family planning. They may prevent pregnancy up to a certain percentage, but abstinence still remains the only 100% effective way to prevent pregnancy. Take note that having unprotected sex also means that you are susceptible to contracting sexually transmitted infections. So take precautionary measures with your partner and get tested regularly.